Beautiful day, Agape Nation. Good to see each and every one of you. This time of Way of Meditation service, I welcome you. I'm Reverend Dr. Coco Stewart, and I'm so delighted that you have made Agape your place of worship this morning as we join together in community in our Way of Meditation service. Reverend Dr. Michael is traveling with his family. We will hear more from him later. And for the magnificent message and facilitation of meditation, as always when he travels, we have powerful, spiritually active consciousness in play and in place. Today, it is Reverend Daveon Mitchell, so I know you're looking forward to hearing from him. And right now, to bring forth the reading and the evocation is Reverend Dr. Julie Moret.
Thank you. Good morning. Our book of the month is The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity, A Simple Guide to Unlimited Abundance by Edwene Gaines. And our selected reading is taken from the chapter, Why You Must Learn to Set Goals, and can be found on page 70 under the heading, Casting Aside Your Limitations. One of the main reasons people don't reach for their goals is that they believe that there is something about themselves that will prevent them from getting whatever it is they really want in their deepest heart of hearts. Perhaps you think you're too old to have all the things you really want, or too young, or too heavy, or too skinny, a woman or a minority group, too tired or broke, married to the wrong person, or not married at all. But those statements are all lame cop-outs. And they aren't what's truly keeping you from getting what you want. While preparing to set goals, you must move beyond these limiting self-perceptions and step into the role of who you really, truly are. And who are you? You are a child of God. You are an expression of the Most High. You are a point within the greater light. Absolutely anything is possible that you want to achieve. But you've got to take concrete steps towards the dreams that you have. Goethe said, whatever you do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius and power and magic in it. And when you start moving towards your dreams, what you're going to find is that God has so much more good in store for you than you could ever imagine. But before you can start receiving all that good that God has in store for you, you must cast off a sense of your limitations. So let's join together in a moment of prayer. If you're able to close your eyes in this moment, I invite you to do so. Feeling how good it feels to rest into this omnipresence, rest into the awareness that there is this one divine, radiant source of all life, God. I'm so grateful in this moment to become so keenly aware that this power, this presence, this source is everywhere in all moments, in all places, in all spaces, everywhere, all the time. That means it's right where I am in this very moment. I am always at one with the one. And as that is true for myself, I'm knowing it's absolutely true for each beautiful being tuning in this moment, that right where all are, the presence of radiance and brilliance and glory and health and life is right here, right now. And so with great gratitude and an absolute sense of unification with the divine, I'm grateful to realize in this moment that this way of meditation service is perfection in action, that everything about it allows us to slough off more of the old limiting thinking and become more awakened, more renewed, more available to the goodness of God. And I'm just knowing Reverend Daveon Mitchell is the perfect messenger this day, that everything, every word, every frequency, everything that moves through him raises us up, helps us expand and become more of who we truly are. This meditation is blessed and all is well. And with great gratitude, I allow it to be, saying, and so it is. Amen. And here is Reverend Jason Mitchell.
Good morning, Agape. So my plan to stand at the podium this morning is not going to work. For those of you that were aware, I had just intended to stand at the podium. I never do, so I was like, oh, that'll be fun. The theme of the month that Reverend Michael has gifted us is limitless living, the only way to fly. And I find that it is so normal for us to limit ourselves. And I'm inviting us to be abnormal. I'm inviting us to throw off what is normal. I remember a talk Reverend Michael did. I don't know if it was a theme, and I think it was many years ago, and it was creatively maladjusted. There's just this idea of what it means to be able to fit in and to go along. And if you look around at the world that we're living in right now, I don't know if we want more of the trends that we currently see. I don't know that we want more of the manipulation of the economy. I don't know if we want more of the manipulation of the political system. I don't know if we want more of the limited idea of what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, what it means to be whoever we are. And when it comes to the practice of meditation, I stand as an absolute advocate that the practice of meditation is our gateway. Now, often meditation can seem like it's not doing very much. Often sitting down, being still, is what many in the West present meditation as. Calming the mind, being still. But for me, meditation is like a HIIT workout, high intensity interval training. For me, meditation is the gateway to paradise. For me, meditation allows me to heal things and to become aware of things that my mind had hidden away from me. A lot of times when we're looking at the practice of meditation and we're trying to figure out the different things in our lives, meditation can lead us to the pathway that really allows us to see our own innate perfection, our immanence. I'll do a practice in meditation with clients and with groups that I facilitate, where we intentionally strip off every identity that we have. You have the identity of yourself as a man, you have the identity of yourself as a woman. Stripping it off does not remove that experience, but a lot of times we're primarily experiencing the world through the filter of our identities, not who we truly are. We are not limited to whatever the world's definition of a man is. We're certainly not limited to whatever the world's definition of a woman is. And then we can go into all sorts of other identities that we have. Identities that are rooted in politics, identities that are rooted in nationalism, identities that are rooted in culture, ideas that are rooted in age and the different eras that we've lived through. So many of those things which we primarily identify with get in the way of our limitless living. They get in the way of what is possible, what we can see. In our practice of meditation, we can set those identities down. In the practice of meditation, we can get a greater realization of what it really means to hold some of these identities that remove the limitations and the boundaries that we've lived or that we've placed upon them. Some of us haven't even taken the opportunity to realize that we're not who our mother and our father told us we are. Many of us grew up in households where the limitations and the fears, the doubts, the worries, and the anxiety of the previous generation were placed upon us in the most loving way because they thought they were going to protect us. They thought that by telling us different things about ourselves, don't go here, don't go there, stay on this side of the tracks, don't go over here after dark, don't apply for that job, get yourself a government job, because the government is always going to be good. They're not going to go away. All of these limited ideas and limited approaches to the way that we could live were placed upon us because they thought that that was the best thing for us. But baby, there is a limitless aspect to life that we can all take on. We aren't limited because of whether or not we're married or unmarried. We're not limited because we meditate for hours and hours and hours, or we just meditate for minutes and minutes and minutes. There are so many ways that we imprison our own selves and limit ourselves. I remember as a kid, the first time I was out in the middle of the ocean where I didn't see land, out on a cruise with my father and some family members, and I remember just running around to the port side of the ship, to the starboard side of the ship, and just realizing I couldn't see any land anywhere. And it was one of those first glimpses into the infinite that I have. And as I speak to you this morning, I'm wondering if it's time for you to look at your life as limitless. I'm wondering if you can move away from seeing the glass half empty or half full and see the glass as limitless. I'm wondering if you recognize your life today as limitless. I'm wondering if you're ready to move beyond the limitations that may have come with whatever age you're currently identifying with. I'm wondering if you're ready to move beyond the limitations on however you've seen yourself and put the word can't or is impossible or is not my time. The invitation today is to consider what it would be like if you threw off every limitation you encountered. See, the thing about that is you actually have to then encounter all of the limitations in order to throw them off. You have yet to acknowledge that I have limitations in these areas. You have yet to acknowledge that I really am comfortable in this area of my life, and I have not been willing to actually examine it. There's a saying that goes, the unexamined life is not worth living. One of the most powerful experiences we can give ourselves is to see how far we have come by looking directly at our experiences, looking directly at our practices. Many of you are in a place right now where 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you could not have envisioned your life today. Now, there may be a little caveat there. You may have more of life today than you would have imagined, and some of you may have less of things than you imagined. Well, here's the invitation. Whether you have more, whether you have less than you imagined, limitless living is available to you right here, right now, today. And as we go into our practice of meditation this morning, I'm going to invite us to move into that experience. And I'll lead us briefly, because we'll spend most of our time in the silence. But I'm going to invite us to lay down some of our identities as we move into the stillness. And this is a wonderful practice that you can do anytime, anywhere. Let's get ready. Find that place of comfort wherever you are. Set aside the distractions and any activity that may be around you if you can. And first, what I'd like for you to do is to bring your attention to your environment. What is happening around you? You might open your eyes and look around, take in the kids, take in the dog, the cat, the cars driving down the street. I always have to take in the cars driving down the street in my home because they're loud. But I take them in so then they don't take me out of my practice. So now that we've taken in our environment, we close our eyes and slowly place our attention upon the body. Notice what the body is feeling. Feel yourself supported by the chair or the floor or wherever you may be sitting. Allow yourself to fully rest, to fully be supported. And from the body, we move inward another layer to the mind and the emotional spectrum. Notice what you're feeling this morning. Notice how your emotions may be presenting to you. And then we turn our attention one more layer into the breath. We are being breathed right now. Life itself is breathing us. We go one more layer in to that aspect of us that is awareness itself. And we place our attention there. With our attention on our awareness, we notice if there are identities that dominate us. If it is womanhood or our femininity, if it is our career or our job title, if it is our nationality or culture. For a moment in our practice, we gently set those identities aside. Some of our identities are wrapped in what has happened to us. Trauma, violence. In our meditative practice, we set aside identifying ourselves as what we've been through. On our journey, there are aspects of us that make us feel special. We even take the opportunity to set aside any identity of specialness. Anything that would have a tendency to place us higher or apart from the whole. We simply set it aside and breathed and allow ourselves to be breathed through. Some of the identities that we hold on to are the ways we project into the future. But we know that the only time we actually live is now. So our identity isn't in our hope for the future. So in this practice, we set that down. As we have set down identities, we can pick up the truth about ourselves. So we stand in awareness of ourselves as divine. We pick up our divinity. this is the day that the law of life hath made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. How good it is to feel deeply into the field of meditation, with all of the souls that are gathered in this spaciousness, the collective consciousness that is present here, the healing, the liberation, the transformation that is unfolding and taking place even now. Oh, I'm blessing all that has moved through the field, all that has traveled upon the waves of our consciousness. We are anchored in the good. We are anchored in the love. Oh, this limitless living that we are being called to contemplate as we move through the month of August. Oh, it touches every area of our lives today. Our families, our friends, our loved ones, our careers, our social circles. Oh, the limitless living. Oh, how lovely, how lavish, how luxurious. Oh, I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for everyone who has been in this field and for all that has unfolded. Blessing the powerful transformation that we are all in, and knowing that it is complete and fulfilled in the mind of God, we declare that it is so, and we simply let it be. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe. I thank you so much for joining me for this time in the Way of Meditation service. Now is the time that you get to participate in service. This is the time of our offering. Everyone thinks about Agape as a place that they get whatever their unique experience is. Whatever Agape gives to you, I'm sure in many ways it's hard to even imagine being able to give back to Agape in the same measure. So with that, we're going to try. We're going to do our best to give to our community. So I'm just going to take a moment to bless your contemplation and your awareness of your practice of giving. Yes? Yes. Let's turn within. How grateful I am even in this moment to be aware of the awareness of the good that this community has brought to so many. How grateful I am for all that Agape is and all of its ministries and all of its practices and all the places and spaces, both virtually and in person, that Agape is transforming lives, is activating healing, is activating a leadership in each individual life, and activating an availability to more of this limitless living. How thankful I am for the reality of our oneness with the living presence and how it utilizes us so powerfully and magnificently from that place of oneness. I bless our time of giving. I bless the heart from which we give wherever we are. I'm knowing the shift within us is transforming the world. I'm grateful and thankful to know this, and I let it be so now. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you so much. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much, Reverend Jason. So just begin to prepare your tithes, your gifts, your offerings, your donations. As we know, as Reverend Michael always reminds us, we can never outgive God. I also invite you to begin to activate a feeling tone of powerful gratitude, as Reverend Jason reminded us, grateful for whatever gift and blessing we've ever gotten from Agape, from the community, from all who are here, from each and every one of us. I want to tell you some of the ways you can give. I know that these ways are coming up on your screen. Of course, you can text to donate. You can text GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 424-321-6243. Your phone will lead you through that process of how to set that up. You can set that up to be either as frequently as you want or however you set that up. It's brilliant the way it can work always so that the giving goes on, that you support your Agape community. As Reverend Dr. Michael has been saying lately, when you are paying your bills, just remember Agape has bills to pay too, so you can set up your text to donate. If you're on our website, of course, you know you're on a safe, secure website, so you can push the donate button. If you're on our Facebook page or Dr. Michael's Facebook page, there should be a link to take you to the donate button. So once again, you can set up your giving there. If you're on YouTube, the address should be posted in the chat, and you can set up your donation from there. And we have our new QR code, which I think is actually very exciting. And this you can use, there you go. If it's your computer, since I'm never at my computer when we're saying this, I don't get to try this, I'm interested. Hold your phone up, of course. You know how to use a QR code. Let your phone read it and follow the directions. And just try it out and see how it works. Of course, the old-fashioned way, you could always mail in your donation. Of course, mail it to, you make the check out to Agape International Spiritual Center of Truth. Mail it to us. The address is coming up on the screen. I will tell you what it is. 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. So those are the myriad ways you can give. And if you're tuning in on the archives because you know you really wanted to meditate today and maybe you're just catching up with this, send in your donation. It's always right on time. Thank you so much, Agape Nation. So continue to prepare your offerings as we have a couple of other things that we're going to present to you. Let's hear from Dr. Michael.
Peace and richest blessings to you. And the first thing that I want to say to you this morning is thank you. Thank all of you who are making a big difference for the Agape International Spiritual Center as you celebrated my appearance today with great donations, great flow of generosity, and are continuing to do so as we are continuing to strengthen the infrastructure of Agape International. Secondly, I'm on my way to Washington, D.C. in this very moment in order to assist my grandson, King Che Fela Beckwith, into Howard University. And thirdly, you're at Agape. You're going to be bathed in the sacred teachings as they're moving through the Reverend Susie Lula, the dynamic music of Ebony Faye and our Agape House Band. This morning, Way of Meditation service brought to you by God through the Reverend Jason Mitchell. And there's you, receptivity, availability. Remember, the greatest ability is availability. Availability to the sweet whisperings of the Spirit. Listen today. Embody what you hear and make a difference in the world. You are needed. I'll see you soon.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Reverend Michael. I always love to hear from him, and so delighted, and congratulations to Che as he gets into Howard. And always at Agape, there are many things going on. I'm going to invite the Reverend Julia Moret to come forward and simply highlight some of the announcements.
Yes, 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 yes. How's your yes factor this morning? Visit agapelive.com for details on all items mentioned right now, and all times are Pacific time. Mark your calendars. Tell your friends, join us Friday, our next in-person service, Choir Sunday, August 28th. That's August 28th for Choir Sunday. Meditation is at 11 a.m., followed by fellowship service at 11:30. And as always, so that's in person if you're in the LA area, and services will always be live streamed as well. And at this time, we have a special announcement from Reverend Jason Mitchell.
Hey, everybody. Long time no see. We are overflowing with enthusiasm about having the community gathered here again on August 28th, just as Reverend Julie just mentioned, for our next in-person gathering. We are currently building the infrastructure to fully support our community gathering together on a regular basis. In support of this vision, we are inviting you to answer the call to serve in our guest relations ministry, which is the heart that welcomes everyone into Spirit's embrace. We invite you to answer this call and give your service to the community that gives so much to you so consistently. Email guestrelations@agapelive.com and be on the lookout for your invitation to join us for our sacred service orientation. It is a fun, transformational gathering that is sure to activate and bless all who attend. Thank you so much. Reverend Julie?
Teen Agape meets online today at 11:15 a.m. Click the Teen Agape banner on our website to register. Preteens ages 9 to 13 meet at 2 o'clock. Children ages 3 to 8 meet at 3:30. Both are live on Zoom. To get your Agape Youth Fun Packs, email revleon@agapelive.com. The Crisis Support Clinic offers Zoom mini counseling sessions every Monday through Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. To receive details for your first come, first serve complimentary one-on-one session with a licensed practitioner, email crisissupport@agapelive.com. This is offered to the community at large, and anyone may attend. Loving Hands Unite, the Adoption, Foster Care, Fertility Ministry, meets this Friday, August 12th, 7 p.m. via Zoom. If you'd like support with any aspect of the adoption process, email lovinghandsunite@agapelive.com to join. Join the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer Plus Ministries Saturday, August 13th for their 3 o'clock Zoom gathering. Artist Robin Powell presents Angels All Around Us. Email lgbt@agapelive.com for the deets. And Monday through Saturday, we've got you. Facebook Live, 8 a.m. prayer, 12 noon meditation. Agape Spiritual Community Gatherings meet Fridays at 5:30, connecting community for an enriching, inspiring gathering led by practitioners and ministers. Email scg@agapelive.com for more information. Did you see Reverend Michael doing all those push-ups in honor of his appearance day last week? What? He did like at least 80, maybe more. He had all that energy even after delivering 3 services. For years, we have been asking him, what do you take? What are you doing to maintain such health, vitality, and energy with his busy schedule? Reverend Michael has always had a long list of supplements, including superfoods, that he takes every single day. And now, he's put all these supplements and superfoods into one easy powder, Adaptozen Superfood Greens. Get some today. It also tastes great. You can try the bundle and get your monthly supply with the Adaptozen Vitamin D3 plus K2 to boost your immunity. Order yours today. You can go to Nutririse.com, click on Adaptozen, and get 10% off your first order. And finally for today, dance with the Rev. Get those endorphins flowing, shift your mood, show us your moves in a 1-minute video. Dancing during a Sunday service, uploaded on the banner at agapelive.com, and you may see yourself #Dance with the Rev on social media and on Sundays. Many blessings to you.
Yeah, Rev did at least 80 push-ups at a couple of services, yeah? So we have to remember that. So, as we have ingathered the tithes, the gifts, the offerings, the donations into the storehouse of the infinite, coming from the infinite, as a way to support the Agape Nation, as a way to support yourself, join with me, please, as we take this time to bless this offering. So just allow yourself to be ingathered into the heart, into the energy of unconditional love. I speak the word and I bless each, the giver, I bless the receiver. I bless this offering that is pressed down and running over as a rich benefit and blessing to each one who gives, and moving through the Agape community for all the programs, all of our ministries, all the work that is ours by divine assignment to complete in this dimension at this time. This is in support of this. So this offering is richly blessed. And I'm in such gratitude for the givingness and givenness of the infinite to itself. So in gratitude, I release the word, and I know it is done. Amen. Thank you so much, Agape Nation. Just stay tuned. We have one more thing. Once again, I invite Reverend Julie to come forward. Yes, thank you.
I'm getting my steps in this morning. If I were to summarize why we all get to be here at Agape right now, ultimately, it's because of one man's vision, one man's great big joy-filled heart on the way with his grandson right now to take him into college. And the thing is, we only get one time every single year where we get to celebrate his appearance. So as we honor Reverend Michael's birthday today, his request is that every single person listening right now give a financial gift above and beyond our regular giving, rather than send in birthday gifts because, let's face it, how many avocados can the man eat? That's one of the popular gifts. What truly excites Reverend Michael is having the financial means to continue expanding Agape's mission of love, beauty, and freedom on the global scale. And this year's financial gifts will provide the significant investment capital needed to translate Agape teachings into multiple languages and expand virtual opportunities for our global community. The bottom line, we are a practicing community, and it's not just about showing up on Sundays, it's about embracing an expanded way of being 24/7. And financial giving is a powerful part of a strong spiritual practice. So I'm thinking, let's put the practice into practice. And in true Reverend Michael fashion, this is not just about giving him or even Agape a gift, because as we give financially, we cannot help but unlock and ignite within our own lives the law of affluence, which is the free flow of abundance. So if you're ready right now, pull out your phones. You can text to donate at 424-321-6243. Enter the dollar amount and the word B-Day. You can go to agapelive.com, click on the birthday banner, or because we're fancy now, you can use the new QR code on the screen. It'll take you directly to our giving page. On Facebook Live, use the direct links provided in your chat window. No gift is too large. $100, $1,000, $20,000, $100,000. Let's blow Reverend Michael's mind with our generous giving. And please hear this. No gift is too small. It is the frequency of giving that attracts more giving. So what matters most is that we opt in, that we participate on whatever level is right for you. And let's unleash massive prosperity and expansion for Agape, for ourselves, and for the whole world as it gets buoyed up in our radiant shine. Thank you for your generosity. May it be returned to you infinite fold.
Thank you so much once again for tuning in, for making Agape your place of time and meditation. At this time, as you know, we have 2 services coming up, and they're done live. They're not recorded. As you heard Dr. Michael say, Reverend Susie Lula is our speaker. Ebony Faye is our musical inspiration. So just tune back in at 8:30 for meditation, 9 o'clock service, or if you go to breakfast and then come back with your friends, you have 11 o'clock meditation, 11:30 service later today. So right where you are, stand up for our chant, our beautiful chant, and then Reverend Jason will do our closing benediction. Much love and joy to you throughout the entire day. Time for our chant.
I'm tired of the guilt that brings me pain. Now is a time for me to let go of the shame. The past behind me, I see anew. I'm ready for my change. I'm ready for my change. I forgive.
From that level of consciousness that abides in forgiveness, a constant state of letting go. How grateful I am even now for the practices that we have been engaged in today. For each and every life, each and every family, each and every community that has connected here, whether live or on the recording. I'm thankful to bask in the limitless possibilities that are the reality of our lives today. I'm grateful to hold this field for all who are passing through or all who have rooted down. I'm thankful to know that the word that has gone forth today, that the field that we are in yet still carries us to our greatest yet to be, carries us through and into the reality of what was often considered impossible, often considered out of reach. For there is nothing that is too hard or too difficult or too much for that living intelligence that is the truth of our life. This is what I know. This is what I give thanks for, and this is what I celebrate. as our community and our lives today. It is so now, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe. Peace and blessings, Agape.